recently finished up a Master Mode playthrough of Terraria, but I still feel like playing a little bit more, so why not make it a series? After all, I'm still waiting on the current alpha for Dead Cells to kind of stabilize, so I think this will be a good stopgap in between that. Alright, new character. Let's just say classic, because medium dropping items, die for good. I don't really want this to be too stressful, even though I know more or less what I'm going to be doing. And character name, I don't care. Fancy Dan 2. There. And just the generic Final Fantasy VI sprite. I don't think it really matters too much for what the character actually looks like. I'll be able to customize it just fine when I actually get into the game. Canvas of allergies? Can I just, like, re-randomize that? Well, how about now? The wrong Dell of Dismay. Veil of Darts. No. Tributary of Alarm. You know what? I don't hate that. And then, unlike last time, I'm going to go large world, really make it so that I can get all of the supplies that I could possibly want and not have to worry about running out of biomes, or biomes kind of like getting mashed together like I did with the previous one, which was a small world. Crimson. The last two games that I played have been with Corruption. I feel like I should try out something a little bit different, and Master Mode because, well, yeah, it's the new thing. It's either that or Journey Mode, but I don't know. Journey Mode seems a little bit too different from what I'm used to, so I think I'd rather just go for Master, which is still the new hotness, but also much more of a traditional type of game. So yeah, if you've never seen Terraria before, it is Minecraft but 2D, and it's got a lot more RPG and progression elements from what I understand. I don't know, I've never actually played Minecraft before. And this is despite the fact that Terraria was, what, the first game I ever bought on Steam? The first game I got on Steam was technically Half-Life 2, but, you know. I don't even have that account anymore. It's just, I couldn't even remember what the name or password is, so... Yeah, it is the first game I ever got on Steam on this current account. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Minecraft, I prefer 2D games. I just like 2D games, and I like the whole style, and I especially like in Terraria how you can just see everything very easily, you know, zoom out pretty well, and make it very easy to admire your terrible, terrible handiwork when it comes to completely destroying the world. Which I'm probably not going to do in this playthrough. I think that mostly I'm just going to be focusing on the actual game portions, you know, the parts where I'm making progress and trying to get up to beating what you could consider the final boss, rather than worrying too much about making things look good. But yeah, I mean, it's like you get your basic start, you know, blah blah blah, creating a house and all that sort of garbage. But also, there's like a lot of exploration around on the surface. As always, the very, very, like, the starting early parts of Terraria are incredibly slow. So it is, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly am I going to be cutting up this entire series. I think what I'll probably do is I will get a basic, like, hey, here's what I'm going to do, accomplish that, and now here's all the grinding that I need to do the next thing that I'm going to do. Cut around that sort of deal. So it's like, hey, you're going to go beat a boss right now, but to do that, I need to build an arena, I need to get a bunch of potions, I need to etc. and so on, and they'll just do that stuff off screen. But for right now, since it is just starting, I'll just kind of give you the real Terraria experience, which is, of course, hacking down trees. From what I understand, it's the same thing in like Minecraft and everything, so I think it's probably something that is shared between most sort of survival, exploration, crafting games. Don't really play a whole lot of those type of games. I always say that I usually prefer a type of game that has like clear goals and things to accomplish in mind, which is of course very much true for Terraria, but it does also have a lot of crafting components to it. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't prefer that sort of thing, but you know, I can get down with it if it is part of, if it is like a smaller part of like the larger thing that I want to get out of the game, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not going to be playing this game specifically for the crafting, but because the crafting is an aspect of the game, I'll get into it. Same thing with like character customization and everything like that. And yes, for the purposes of the series, I am just going to be throwing I'm going to be throwing a ton of torches everywhere so that you can actually see what's going on. Boy, is it just very difficult to see if you don't do that. And if you're playing the game on your own, I don't think it really matters too much. You can just, who cares? As long as I know where I'm going and everything. I don't really mind too much of, I'm stuck down here. And also I have no, okay, thank God. And also, hey, getting some good stuff immediately. Including, like, one of the most important things, the ability to just teleport home at any point in time. Stick that right in the end there and make sure it never leaves. Alright, well, you know, that was a very risky play on my part, but I'm not playing on hardcore for this explicit reason, so, yeah. And you know what, just give me this, because I am going to need some form of storage unit later. Well, anyway, yeah, I was saying it's like, yeah, like, for example, everything when it comes to like customizing characters, for example. Can't really say I care too much about customizing characters. However, you know, if you give me like a big robust system, for example, Code Vein I did a little while ago, I definitely got into that a lot. Okay. Let's just kind of make sure that I'm not using my torches a little bit too frivolously for right now, though. Because I do kind of want to make sure that I'm not going to be running around in total darkness. Sanity's Requiem, or whatever. That's Eternal Darkness. Okay, well, whatever. Death 1, there you go. Frankly, I don't care. There is a little bit of that waiting time, but Master Mode. Talked about this a little bit when I was playing Dead Cells, and because that is, you know, the major thing on the channel. I'm sure that's probably the thing you'd be most familiar with. But basically, so Master Mode I do think is a little bit excessively difficult in some ways, and certainly Terraria already has a very slow beginning to the game, and taking this long to kill a single slime and having that single slime kill you in 2 hits, I don't know. It's not entirely bad. There's some new items like various pets and everything that I think are pretty fun, but more or less I do think that if you are playing Terraria, you just play it on normal mode. Get all like the good crafting and exploration and progress and everything. Don't have to worry about dying to the most basic enemies in the game for a very big chunk of the game. Like, you can get very far and still have slimes pose a threat. Not a huge threat, but a threat. It's frustrating. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say that, I don't know, it's Master Mode didn't add as much as something like Expert Mode, which gave like bosses new patterns as well as a couple enemies new patterns and stuff. So it's not as substantial of a change, but like I said, it is the new hotness, so I do think it is 100% worth, it is definitely the thing that I want to do with, when it comes to doing a series right now. Am I just gonna die to this thing? Also stuff like this. Well, actually, you know what? I got this trident. It's a weak trident. Great, but who cares about knockback? Knockback is not all that big of a deal. Also, hey, it's nice to get like a underwater chest just immediately like that. Yeah, from what I understand, if a chest like spawns underwater when it is, you know, during the world creation, it will turn into a water chest like that, which can have some special things in it. Some more special than others, I'll say right now. But hey, I need some sort of weapon. Any sort of weapon. And this absolutely does fulfill that criteria. Gonna be a lot of randomness in this game, which is kind of frustrating, but at the same time, that's just kind of how it is. It's how it be. Certainly, I would like it if there was a little bit better way of doing grinding in the game. There's a lot of stuff related to. There's a lot of stuff related to like luck that they added in the final patch for the game, the Journey's End that I'm playing right now, but not really enough. Like, it doesn't make that much of a difference. What I really would have preferred is if, in whatever way they possibly could, no, not that. If in whatever way they possibly could, add in like a, I don't know, I guess I would say a journey mode crafting system, except into the regular game, and not something where it's like everything, you know, just something so that it's like if you spend enough time trying to grind for like a single item or whatever, that you can just kind of maybe like pay an outrageous price to get it. Of course, this is like going into my complaints about RNG almost entirely. So, yeah. If something is dependent on luck, there should be something I can do to make it not dependent on luck. Also, yes, I did die from a dart trap there. It happens. Oh boy. Alright, one of the things I did learn very quickly when it came to Master Mode is that you don't want to just like be hanging out in the dark here. No, what you really want to be doing is creating like some form of raised platform so that the enemies at night don't kill you. And then make sure that and then just make sure that I cut the video here and don't show you the entirety of the night, because it's going to be very boring at this stage of the game. Not really too much I can do. Maybe I'll try just going and like exploring around a little bit more underground. That is kind of the place you want to be. In the meantime, just most garbage, whatever house that you possibly can get here. Although I did manage to get this tungsten chandelier, which, well, maybe this is not a large enough house to make that work, but that's fine. As long as I get something, anything, you know, functional right now, that's kind of the main concern of mine. And then I gotta go find something, just anything to do. Because otherwise it is going to be very boring. Well, at least I still got this. Less than knockback, but it's still enough for what I need to do, I guess. Also, no, I already ate that peach. Ah, dang old peach. Oh well, not gonna worry too much about it. Having that buff on is nice. It's not really anything I would consider essential. I think what I might want to do is I might just want to like start digging down. Nope, I'm gonna die instead. I was gonna say start digging down right now because the sand is much easier to dig through, but I guess we're not gonna do that. You know, then again, deserts also do have a lot of stuff going on, which is going to make them very frustrating to deal with if I want to go down there. A lot of worm-type enemies. Worms are annoying because you can basically just say they fly. They fly, and that's, yeah. That'll be helpful at least. Now I'll know if I'm about to get killed by a dart trap, comparatively. Also, I'll know if I'm about to get killed by a spider. But, you know. Oh, didn't even see this. Herbs. Herbs and iron. Good. And I guess I'll take one of these. Like I said, I do need supplies to be able to put some of this stuff away eventually. I also do need cobwebs as well, so might as well take some of those. Making silk out of cobwebs. Yeah, I almost forgot that I did have the... Oh yeah, this is going to go great. Well, the most important thing is that I know what I'm going to be doing with bosses. So, yeah. Because that's the real difficulty in this mode. Sure, it's kind of annoying dealing with this, but you'll eventually figure out how to not die to regular enemies. Well, I'm actually going to say right now, you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly because it's kind of an essential part of the game. Plenty of types of enemies all over the place. There's nothing even here. Why did I even come over here? Oh, well, really, the big thing is that when it's daytime, I'm going to be exploring up on the surface. When it's night, I should probably be, like, going underground and whatever. Figuring out all that sort of stuff there. How many more torches do I have? It's kind of the most important bit that I can keep track of right now. Because keeping things well lit is the most essential part of early game right now. I want to be able to see what I'm doing. If I can't see what I'm doing, I can't fight all the enemies. And also, it's just... like, if you can't see what I'm doing, what are you even watching? What could you even be watching? Does the herb bag not actually contain herbs that just can... No. Did I have this before? I don't think the herb bag contains herbs. I think the herb bag just contains seeds, which is not ideal. Well, you can make potted plants, so I guess that's not the worst. Whatever. I want to find this here. Just get rid of that. Oh no, but you need that to do the. No, I know. And if I even get to that point, I'll just make another one. It's copper. You can get 1,000,000 of those things by fishing. Because I don't think I have copper in this world. I think it's tungsten or titanium or whatever. 3 different tiers of... yeah, there are 3 different tiers of... good. Like building materials. And it can be iron, it can be lead. It's kind of like your first one. Or is it... no, I think tin is the first one. Or copper, then it's lead or iron, then silver or tungsten, and gold or platinum. Yeah, I think that's right. So I might not get copper, but you can get it by fishing, so it doesn't really matter too much. Should probably go and at least like make some... actually, I can do that right now. Thankfully, you can just make crafting benches anywhere, which is good. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And then make like some garbage items. They're not good, but maybe I'll stay alive for slightly longer because of it. Also look like a real jabroni, but you know, that's never going to stop. That has nothing to do with... that more has to do with the very strange decision to just rip off the sprites from Final Fantasy VI for this game. Which, I mean, I guess I'm not going to tell Relogic how to do their whole deal, but I still think it's super weird that it's still using the Final Fantasy VI sprites. Still. This is a fairly old game at this point in time. I mean, it's true that... it's like it was made at a point in time where it's just like, the Final Fantasy VI, whatever. People wouldn't know what Final Fantasy VI is, and people didn't really care. I don't know, I think that, like... yeah. Alright, I think these days we would probably go for something a little bit different, but Terraria Otherworld got canceled. Ha-cha-cha! I gotta say, when I was looking at Terraria Otherworld, it's like it was basically Terraria, except, you know, better graphics, it seemed. That was at least the impression that I always got from looking at that. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I prefer, like, the 2D-ness, and I prefer the pixely graphics that they got right now. The big old chunky pixels that they're working with. Because I think, one, it makes it so much easier to kind of figure out, like, exactly what you're doing. I'd imagine it's a similar thing with Minecraft, right? When everything is a big old voxel, it's like you know exactly what you're working with at all points in time. And then it's just, well, also it's canceled anyway, so what does it matter? I also don't know if like the same people are going to be working on it. That said, it's not like this is a very, you know, it's not like the developers of this game. Look, as much as I do like Relogic, I don't really think that, you know, this game is so unique by itself. It's like it just has a lot of content. It does what you want out of a crafting RPG-ish type game very well. And, you know, it was the first. It was, well, one of the first ones around here to kind of take over the throne. So, yeah. And I was kind of like thinking about that when I was starting up the game here. It's like, hey, if I was gonna, if I was gonna name like something, like for example, some of the times I like to do dress up the Goosebumps dog. Don't ask, I don't know. I don't even know myself. For like some of the streams with something that's kind of related to, you know, whatever the main character is or whatever. And I'm like, what would I do for Terraria? Skeletron? Kind of like the original final boss back in the 1.0 version of the game. He's kind of like a notable dude. I guess if I was going to say anything, but it's like, yeah, everything else is just, you know, it does the thing. It's here, it's doing it. Yeah. This is why I wanted to create that house there, because I'm not going to be able to kill enemies fast enough before more enemies come onto screen. You're just going to be trapped in a perpetual cycle, unable to escape. Especially because it's not like I got a very impressive trident right now. The only thing it's missing is knockback, which, who cares, but it would have been nice if I got something that, like, did extra damage or whatever. All right, fine. I think it is almost daytime here, though. It's impossible to tell until I get to the point where it actually, you know, turns into day, though. Can I just stick a chest here? No. Just gonna stick this here. Make it at least easier to see. Alright, I don't know. I don't really need grave markers, certainly. And can I create anything right now? I guess campfire is good because it does give you a little bit of extra regen, but whatever. Not really something I'm particularly concerned about right now. I think I need more stone blocks to go and create like a forge and start actually making items that I need. Okay, it's daytime now. Because the stars disappeared. Those old fallen stars. Probably going to try to make a lot of usage out of those during this playthrough because, well, they do have the star cannon thing, and at least for a pretty decent chunk of the game, it's probably the most powerful thing that you're going to be using. So, yeah. In the meantime, like I said, what I really want to do is I really want to be... Oh, yeah, these gnome things, which are just mostly annoying. I guess they kind of, like, increase the... They're supposed to, like, increase your luck if they're on screen, but they also do try to attack you, so... Whatever, get out of here, dude. Oh, well, let's kind of see what's left and right now, and I'll worry about underground. I'll worry about going underground like that one song from Anarchy Reigns later on. It is a large world, and large worlds should mean that there's a lot of stuff everywhere. That's at least the going theory right now. And then when it comes to actually traversing the world, what I'll do is I'll just kind of prep up a lot of that stuff off screen and not worry too much about it. Because otherwise it would be deathly boring to watch. But then again, hey, I'm getting into Terraria. It's not exactly Minecraft, but you remember how powerful the Minecraft video scene was for a very long time there? And now I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to stick my fingers in that pie. Not really. Like I said, I just really like this game. I think it does appeal a lot to the big old grinding fan in me, as you know. Because there's a lot of stuff to grind. And a lot of the grindable stuff, you know, has very randomly generated type of aspect to it. You don't know what sort of ores you're going to be getting in the ground. You don't know what sort of items, equipables, and everything you're going to be getting. And that's got that gachapon dopamine hit when you get something good. You know what I'm saying? It's also a good way to annoy anybody that's watching these videos when I make houses in bad ways. Not that I'm going to do that this time, of course. That would be excessive and cruel to you, the watcher, which I don't want to do. Get down here so I can trident you. I trident so hard and got so far. Yeah, I get trapped in the tree. This is the life that you asked for when you decide to go up against me, the woodman. You know the Tin Man? Well, this is the best you're getting. Worms. Don't care too much about worms, but I mean, hey, they're here. And big old trees, living, what are these called, like living wood trees or something like that, do tend to have good stuff inside of them. Like you. Excellent. And whatever. I'm just going to get a bunch of different types of, take the chair too. And the living loom, which, you know, allows you to create this sort of wood stuff. And the doors. You know what? I'm just going to ransack this entire area. Unfortunately, this does not count as like a house for NPCs to be moving in. Oh, there's a second one. This does not count as like a house for okay. For NPCs to be moving into later on, because I guess the wall is not like counted. But whatever, it's cool. Yoink. 5% increased movement speed. I'm not even going to be able to notice it. All right, and same sort of deal. Same sort of deal. Not anything very impressive, but I mean, I do need the aglet. Aglet's good for future stuff. For fighting crime in a future time. Which was the tagline for the old 80s show? Cops? A fairly old show. And I'm not even going to mess around with this, because this would be what one could refer to as a bad idea. But hey, at least I know that there's an underground desert over here for all of my wanting to die needs, I guess. If I ever decide, you know what, I'm tired of being alive. Time to go die. I can go into the underground desert. Hey, well, that's one of the things that Journey's End did kind of bring into the world, the ability to get a lot more stuff out of deserts, good and bad. Mostly bad, because especially on Master Mode, there's no point in doing this. Did it anyway, though. Just so I can see in there. Anyway, what was I even saying? Yeah, so I got like the living wood wands. Those allow you to place down like gigantic tree blocks. There's a lot of items like that in the game. In case I wanted to make a gigantic tree myself, and I don't. I don't really care too much about that. But let it be known that I could. I should probably go see what else is down there, but used to be these trees were super huge, and they were also kind of like a rare occurrence in the world. Didn't really see them, you know, just every couple steps. But I suppose this is kind of better because, you know, there are so many things that you would lose out on by not by not being able to... Yes. Yes, I do want this. Zealous Finch Staff. Summons a baby finch to fight for you. I saw the existence of that sort of thing. Did not actually find any in the games that I was in the stuff that I was playing before. Baby's first summoner staff. Summons are not very good, unfortunately. I would really like them to be better because I think that summons are some of my favorite way to play the game, but at the same time, they're just not that powerful. Being able to do passive stuff. Also, judging by the music, I do believe that I am in the jungle. Yes. Ugh, fall damage. I'll deal with that eventually. I'll get something to deal with that eventually, but there's going to be some time before that does happen, of course. Okay. More stuff to get, I suppose. And again, you can hear that music. That music is going, and it's getting more and more threatening every second that I hear it. But yeah, baby's first... baby's first summoner staff. Well, one of the great things about summons is that you don't necessarily need to be building 4 summons to get them. As long as you got the magic to summon them in the first place, they'll stick around until you die, and then you can just re-summon them again. It's a nice little passive form of damage, so yeah, it's good to get regardless of if you're actually building for it or not. There are several different builds that you can do in this game. Stuff like going for magic, melee, range, and of course summoner build. And you can basically switch those out on the fly as you... good stuff. You can basically switch those out on the fly as you get different pieces of equipment. But I am probably going to... Oh, no, my gold. I did need to keep that gold. I almost forgot. For NPCs. For NPCs showing up. You understand? Alright, well. Crafting station. So craft up some of the living wood stuff. Oh yeah, and then I also have the wands here, which, sure, I can do a little bit of wood stuff right now. Why not? They really want you to space out things in this version of the game, which is, I don't know, in some ways kind of frustrating to me because I do very much prefer to kind of keep everybody in the same area, but, you know. Not really possible or plausible in this version of the game. And like I said before, keep this thing off the ground to make sure that the zombies aren't going to be busting down doors. Because boy, oh boy, do they do that. They love it. They love to do that in this version of the game. This difficulty of the game. And I would love for them not to do that. Here, let's make some garbage, whatever. Hey, look, it's got like leaves on top of it or whatever. I don't even know what I'm doing. Why am I even bothering with this? I guess the idea is that I got this, so I might as well use it. Should also like try to maybe go and put some of like this stuff. You figure out some place to put all of the chests that I've been collecting too. Just set that down here. And then living wood wall. Yeah, it'll be pretty easy to at least remember where everybody is now. When I have everything, there we are. Wow, what an amazing amount of damage that is doing. Can't really say I didn't see that coming, though. Purple slimes, I think, are supposed to be, like, slightly more threatening. Marginally more threatening. Like, there's almost a point where you could believe it could kill an enemy. Or yourself. But at the same time, I am playing on Master Mode, which means that it is very much a threat. Not going to get away from that thing. Anyway, throwing knives, shuriken, 4% critical. I guess I'll take some knives. What am I going to do with those knives? I don't know. But do it I will. Yeah, let's put a nice table here. That's a much larger table than I expected it to be. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make like a secondary shtick with this series, like trying to make every one of the like just some sort of house or like some sort of showcase of every one of the different building material items. That could be fun. I don't know. In the meantime, do need a little bit more of this. Do need a little bit of... Well, here. Does, like, Living Leaf Wall look good when it goes, like, tiled with this? I guess? Maybe a little bit? No, not really. But whatever, I did it anyway. Cool. And so with the suitable housing, I can have the ability for somebody else to move in here. But since I don't have any more coins, it's not going to be the guy that can sell me a bunch of very useful things. Oh yeah, I still got to go, like, rearrange the entire... Yeah. Rearrange the entire, inventory that I got here, too, and everything. I don't really want to do a whole lot of inventory management on screen, basically, is kind of how I'm feeling right now. Where it's like, could I? I guess, but, like, I don't want to. There's inventory management is boring, so, yeah. Finch staff. I like it. I like it. You get to have like a little you get to have a little bird sitting on your head. And then it attacks enemies. And from what I've seen, as you get the ability to summon up more things from potions and equipment and everything like that, you can get an awful lot of those saucy fellows around here. Like, your head can get completely piled up with endless amounts of finches, which is good. How do I craft up, like, yeah, the forge or whatever that I can actually use to make some of the stuff that I need to? Does it have to do with this? Oh, right, there's a million things you make with stone blocks. Let's not worry too much about that. Instead, I think it's torches? Wait, there's also a million things you can make with torches. Ah, dang. I'll figure this out. Come on. So many things. This was clearly some kind of big mistake that I made on my part. Get to see some of the newer stuff, though. Especially like the Stardust things, but that is very much endgame. Not going to be seeing that for some time now. Oh, wait, I think the reason why I'm not able to make it is because this is a regular table and not a workbench, right? Yeah, that is, in fact, correct. Whatever, let's just throw it on the ground here. I'll figure out, like, some good locations for this stuff later. As of right now, I think the more important bit is actually making it. And then going from there. A gold bow. Gold. Gold, I say. But no, I should probably save that for something maybe a little bit more useful. But what exactly? Oh, right, clay pots. I should start making a bunch of those. I did farm up that entire thing because I got so many of them dang old seeds. So let's just start doing that right now, because on Master Mode, you're really, really going to want to make a lot of potions. And the only way you're going to be making potions is by farming up a lot of this stuff. Just a regular bunny, right? Our golden bunnies. Sell for a lot of money. But no, I was just glowing in the glowing glow of the thing. Great, cool. Big fan of what happened there. Fancy Dans will be missed. Well, not that much. Don't worry, there's plenty of them around. I just gotta make sure that I don't actually die too much around here. You understand? Do I have any more seeds? I do. And I should have even more seeds than that, though, right? All the day bloom stuff that I've been getting too, right? I don't know. I think I'm just blind because I cannot see it. I'm blind to the truth. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna like go around and I'm gonna go like hollow out some area underneath the base here. You figure, you know, like create like a big place for all of my chests to go and everything, and start kind of like sorting a lot of this out because I am frustrated with how messy it is for right now. Basement has been created. It's pretty basic for right now, but I'll change it up in the future. I don't know. I also upgraded the forge to a glass kiln, which is, well, okay, it really just took a couple iron bars, and I actually had quite a few so far, so I don't know, it's something I wanted. I really like glass furniture, and I think it looks very good, and that's the only way you can make it. It's also, when I say upgrade, it makes glass furniture, and glass furniture is the exact same as every other furniture, except it looks really cool. Stupid gnomes. From what I understand, wow, a gold. I actually got 2 gold right now, which means that... Wait, what? What? Okay. I actually got 2 gold right now, which means that I should be able to have another NPC spawn in here. All right, then. I guess it's because it turned into morning? I kind of vaguely remember seeing something about that, where gnomes will transform into statues when exposed to the sun. I thought it stole like a lot of money from me, and that's why it had the money glow on it. You know, that glow that you have when you get a lot of money? Well, anyway, I should maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, instead of going off to explore again, go and deposit some of the cash money into my coffers. Not my proper coffers, but like at least for safekeeping for right now. Yeah. I also vaguely remember seeing that you can sell like the garden gnome statues for a gold or something like that. Found that on in my last game when I just kind of came across a couple of these dudes. Good. I mean, obviously I'm going to need as much money as I can possibly get for the time being. Eventually it's not really going to be all that big of a deal to pick up gnome corpses and throw them at the nearest merchant I can find, but for right now, I need all the advantages that I can possibly get. Should probably get rid of this, although in master mode it does spawn a ghost whenever you destroy one of these. Oh, I guess the guide died? Wait, when did that happen? Well, whatever, he's back again, so it's cool. Look, the NPCs are like the clerks in Lobotomy Corporation. You can't get too attached to any one of them. Get really attached to your, player characters, yes. But the generic guys that are just kind of hanging around your village, making sure that your regeneration is up to snuff, nah, they're already dead and they don't even know it yet. Well, anyway, there was a jungle over here. It's a wonder that I keep from going under. But also, there's probably more stuff here too. I don't really want to deal with the jungle for right now, but I don't know. Well, I did actually have enough iron to make a pole, so I guess I might as well do a little bit of that right now. You haven't seen fishing, it's not all that interesting. However, it is an important part of the game, and I'll probably be doing a lot of this off screen. But because I got all those cans of worm and I was able to, craft this in the first place, I might as well. I don't know. I gotta go get more iron ore. of everything in the game, iron and lead is kind of some of the most important items that you can get, just period. Because, well, they, a lot of oysters. Because, well, getting iron and lead, for some reason, is used for a lot of, like, really basic crafting stuff. You know, stuff like creating that glass kiln. I mean, it's not just that. It's also like creating buckets so you can move around liquid and all that sort of deal. Oh, boy. Better watch out before I die here. Shoot a couple flares at them. It does start them on fire, which is a little bit of damage over time. I wouldn't really... Oh, I didn't even see you there. All right, then. Great. It's a good thing that I did make sure to get the money kind of safely in place before I went out here then. Because otherwise that would be... I mean, I do need the cash. I don't know if I have to be carrying it around for the guy to spawn. I don't think so. But like now that I got a suitable housing for the guy, for the merchant man to move into, and a gold in my coffers, as I said, I should be any time, and then I can start selling stuff, and then I can start. Man, what the hell? I think every. Oh. Was 100 damage. I couldn't even survive a single hit from this thing. Like, damn, my dude. Master mode, I tell ya. It's a mode where a plant will just kill you in a single hit. A single hit! And that's not even like other... And you know, other times that you see like these seed things up here, for example, they will you can like hit them to destroy them, but that didn't do it there. It didn't do the thing. I gotta have it do the thing if it's gonna do the thing. Well, anyway, man. Aw, shucks. Oh, shucks. Just give it to me. I can use some minor improvements to stats. I mean, I can already feel my character moving quicker after doing that, so I want to say a worthwhile thing to do. You got that windy day music going on. Good stuff. Introduced in the latest patch is just another event that happens during the day. Pretty often. Near as I can tell. Because I've seen an awful lot of windy days. All right. Well, yeah, at least I have, like, all of my, really got to pay attention to this. I mean, my summon is doing work. It's not doing that much work, though. It's doing an acceptable amount of work, but no more. Take a little bit more of the... tree stuff if I possibly can. I can also maybe like grind out some of this sand later on for more glass things, because like I said, glass is it's a good look. Very clean, you know, light blue color. I like it. All right, I'll just let the finch do its thing. So I got it after all, baby. Oh man. Thank you. Thank you for the heal, at least. I should have, for right now, plenty of healing potions and everything, I can only hope. However, I'm not going to count on it like, to save me for too long. Do need to go and find, like, some stuff. Yeah, that works. We need to go find some stuff a little bit later on. Let's look at all these flares that I've been shooting around here. Just want to get the damage over time quotient up. And I could take that chest and throw it down in the chest depository, except I don't know. I want to kind of keep like all the chests different. I feel like it could be fun to really try to hammer on that thing that I was talking about earlier about maybe trying to make like all of the items that I possibly can, and then seeing if, you know, I can, like, have a showcase of everything that just appears in the game as, like, a craftable item or whatever. Something like that. Make that, like, one of the secondary goals of the entire series that I'm doing right now. Because as it is, I mean, really, I just want to beat the game one more time, but I can like, I've never really gone too hard into, man. Well, there's another chest over there. I should probably go and get that. I just, like I said, I need a lot of lead for stuff. You need lead, well, iron. I need iron for stuff. And I need a lot of iron for a lot of the things I'm going to do. You see this lamppost? This lamppost looks great. It's a fantastic looking lamppost. You can really hang your hat on that lamppost, literally and figuratively. However, it does require iron to create. So, yeah. Also, jungle grass seeds. Hey, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna make my own jungle biome. I mean, there's a lot of unique stuff that spawns in there, so why not? All right, so we got building material. So we got like craftable stuff, bars, whatever you call it, potion materials, whatever, and actual potions, as well as gold, I guess. Kind of gonna stay like that as a theme. Although eventually I'm gonna have to create a whole bunch of chests for like equipable items. Don't really have too many right now. An aglet and an armored shackle, which is giving me a lot of extra defense. I mean, that's actually where most of my defense is coming from. Even more than just the armor that I'm wearing itself. I'm getting most of my defense from that. Well, anyway, I could go and... I want that... on the mushroom. Give me the mushroom. Well, I could go back to the jungle and like, reclaim all of my junk and everything, but... oh, man. Don't even feel like it. Could also just go, like, fix this thing up a little bit and get another livable house around, too. I don't think it would be too difficult to do so. You know, just for future's sake. Because enemies can live underground. Not too far underground, but they can live underground. Yeah, sure, I'll just get some basic wood walls up. It's not going to look as good with the paneling right now, but it'll be acceptably good. And, oh, first off, give my Finch back. I need that thing so much. And, yeah. I need a little bit more walls, but... yeah, that should be like a workable house for the time being when anybody wants to move in here. I mean, yeah, it's garbage, but this will just make sure that if an NPC can spawn, they got a place to go. And then, you know, having that NPC be committed, I'll just got to go create like another house, move them in there, etc. and so on, and it'll be good. I would just like to have some NPCs start spawning. I think I do actually have to have gold on me. Maybe during the night when I'm kind of holing up and whatever, I'll go, you know, and I'm not expecting to die very quickly. I'll go and keep the gold on me with the assumption that I might have the merchant man move in. That's usually the first guy you get. It's not too difficult to get a gold. It's just, you know, you gotta actually get it. What was I even making here? I've entirely forgotten at this point. And... oh, yes, I do remember this, though. Where was it? There it is. I'm just going to stick this in my inventory because now I can see where stuff is. Great. Ooh. And I do want as much gold as possible. Because, you know... oh, that is like one of the better materials that you can get right now. No, I can kill that thing fairly quickly. Even as annoying as it is to deal with some of the stuff on Master Mode, it's not so bad that, like, I have to run away from those worms. The worms are just annoying because they can attack you basically anywhere. Anywhere. God, I'm glad I got that Finch. That Finch is really, like, as of right now, MVP. I'm sure soon enough it's gonna kind of, like, lose a lot of effectiveness. But for right now, the ability to like know where enemies are just because it starts automatically attacking them is actually pretty useful. So, yeah, I'll take it. More iron ore, please. Gold ore, iron ore. Gold ore is kind of like what I want to start making for equipment. Huh. There, that'll work. Gold ore is what I want to start making for equipment, and then iron ore, like I said, just so many things use iron that it's good to get as many of those things as possible. Good, getting a whirlwind tour of the underground right now. And now, anything else? I don't see anything that you would consider, like, dangerous about this stuff. There's no wires around here. Yoink! Thank you for the double jump. Also, thank you for the gold. As much as I don't really like carrying that around, I certainly will if it means I get to keep it. Also, underground mushroom biome. Yeah, that's pretty nice, too. That's good for, well, healing potions and also other later stuff. But first off, iron ore. I'm telling you, I'm going to need a lot of iron. There we go. Okay, so I did have to actually have the gold in my inventory to attract this man into town to hawk his wares. Good, good. Now, as much as I'm not really a fan of going into this place, there is going to be some stuff in here. And I do want stuff, as you know. Like, the enemies, I think, are also going to be a little bit more difficult and a little bit more frustrating to actually deal with. So, you know, there's a little bit of give and take. So is that iron ore? Yep, look at that cloud and bottle working. And no, I don't see any, the pressure plate's not revealing anything around here. It's not revealing any mechanisms that would mean that I would die if I walked into them, basically. So, yes, I should be okay to kind of walk in here, that I'm not going to die immediately to another unfortunate dart trap, of which I think has comprised most of the deaths that I've had so far. Good stuff. That's Terraria, and especially Terraria Master Mode, where traps deal double extra damage to players. You see, if you're not keeping your head on a swivel for traps, you're going to die. That's what Terraria wants you to know. And what Terraria wants you to know is what you should be listening to, let me tell you. Because it's kind of the head honcho around here, you understand. You don't get to just, like, go off on your own, mister. You listen to what Terraria has to say. And, alright. It's enough vamping for a couple seconds at least. Spore bats, because, you know, regular bats weren't enough. Chop these things down just like, oh man, mushroom grass seeds. Along with the other seeds that I got, this is like some good stuff. Can start to make a lot of biomes just kind of right next to the house if and I so feel like it. And I might. It's a good way to start to farm up a lot of these mushrooms to just make your own biome. Although I do need mud blocks to do that, of which I have gotten quite a few. Just kind of going through this area right now. And then, you know what? I don't really want to deal with the shenanigans that... Sure, this is thematically appropriate. I don't want to deal with the shenanigans that, like, that underground area with all the water in it is going to force me into. So instead, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Yes. Got over that just fine. And now just a million... Yeah, heal right now. Now just a million things await me. Hey, it's nothing of any interest here, is there? No. And open this up with impunity. Get an extractinator, nice. And also the first boss summoning item. Nice, but in a more questionable way. I guess eventually I'm going to end up using it, but for right now... Well, at least I'll say this. It's like this is actually a pretty friendly underground area as far as mushrooms go. It's nice and flat. Even able to get a lot of mushrooms out of it. It'll probably also mean that like mushrooms will grow very easily around here too. Yeah, no, this is gonna work out very nicely for farming purposes. I might just come down here anytime I need a... I got confused. Now I'm slowed. What is even happening? Causes status effects. Ah. Feral Bite is fun. But also, increased damage, I do believe that will apply additionally to my Finch if I use that right now. I do know that's like a strategy that you can use where it's like try to get a feral bite on your character, because I think that's only something that appears on like the higher level difficulties, expert and master mode. But it's like that means that the any sort of summonable will also get that extra damage even past the effect wearing off. So yeah, that'll be nice for this whole deal. Very good. It's actually been a quite good underground bounty right now. I'm very happy with what I'm getting here. I honestly thought that I was going to walk in here and die. And instead I'm getting all of the mushrooms that I could possibly want. Take note, I want a lot of mushrooms. And I will probably end up getting more, needing way, way more than this by endgame. I am eventually, in all likelihood, going to go for more of a ranged build. And although it's way, way, way later than this, the glowing mushrooms are going to be an important part of that. And that's going to require, like, literally hundreds and hundreds of them. Range build is kind of how I end up playing Terraria most of the time, just because, well, Terraria, it's a good build. It's a good build. You get to be ranged. You don't need to be right in the... Actually, I'm going to go down for the gold ore. I can barely see it down there. However, I do need a lot of gold ore for right now. As much as I don't really want to ruin this prime mushroom farming location, you understand? Oh, boy. I can see it coming right now. I'm going to just, like, start digging over to the side. Okay. I mean, the tin ore is... Yeah. The tin ore is nice and everything, but I'm more worried about the zombie here. Or what is this, like a skeleton or something? I got the feral bite on me again. Causing me horrible status effects all the time. It never ends. Okay. Finch still going. Finch still rocking it in the free world. Happy to see that. And a lot of gold ore. After just playing Nier Automata, angelic runes down here too. Okay. I'm going to get as much of this as possible, and then I'm probably going to go back. This place will appear on the map, so I'll kind of know where to get down here. And actually, it's very close to the other area that I was at earlier, so it's not even all that difficult to re-find this whole place. Good. I like hearing that. What even? Oh, it's a black slime, so yeah, kind of hard one that's hard to see. Nevertheless, kind of frustrating. Oh well, 3 gold, although that's quite a bit at this point in the game, not going to be very much in a surprisingly short time. And I do have one other house open and ready for me to have NPCs move in there when the time comes. However, in the meantime, though, I could make glass workbench or a glass toilet. Gross. But also, I mean, could be worse. Could make a cactus toilet. Could make, like, the flesh toilet, which I know is an item that exists in this game and is maybe one of the most unpleasant things that you could possibly name something. Ugh. I'm just even thinking about it right now is like, yeah, please. Maybe that should be the goal for the game. Try to make as many toilets as possible. If there's a toilet I can make, I'm going to make it. That's stupid, but it's also entirely in line with my character. Well, I don't mean I'm playing a character here. I mean, like, my character as my person. My personage. Alright, well, we got a lot of good stuff that I could make right now. Glass door, I think, is also very fashionable and nice to see, too. However, I do need to deal with a zombie before it gifts me a swift and merciless death. Well, anyway. I think what I was thinking about looking at was, one, grabbing this. Do want as many of these things as possible. It's ammo for stuff, but it is also, for right now, a crafting material, too. A crafting material. An RPG increase, like, all my magic, as you can see up here. Which I don't really need right now, but... because the only magic weapon I have is a Finch staff. But, hey, it's gonna get more in time. Alright, what should I do here? I have, like, dirt blocks. Just throw this down here. Get out of here and give me that goo, too. Oh, a zombie banner. Nice. That means that I get increased damage and defense against zombies. It's like literally 2 times damage against zombies, which will be... and like 50% damage taken against zombies. So, you know, in other words, a lot of good stuff. I could... zombies are kind of like the main enemy force that I've been encountering so far, so getting rid of them very quickly is good. Is a good thing. Do I even have like any silt blocks or whatever that I need to... That's the thing you use to actually get that working for you. First off, let's shove that in there. Shove this in there. And then I only have like the other kind of generic whatever type of chest for now. I'll change that up soon enough. But for right now, it's just kind of shove everything else in there and leave it at that. Anything that I want to create. Actually, I do want to create a cooking pot. You gotta have my pots. Can I just stick it right here? Yeah, that'll work. And then I can get the flounders into like a usable meal source. Right? No, I guess not. Oh well. Heavy workbench I know is also something that I'm going to eventually want to create, but for right now, I'm not going to worry too much about it. However, glass chest, sure. There, I got a new chest. New chest obtained. Also, mushroom chest I can probably make, too. It's got, like, mushroom stuff, right? Right? Weather vein, that's not what I'm looking for. I thought you could make mushroom chests, but maybe I'm probably just not seeing it more than anything else. Usually how that kind of goes. Oh no, there it is. New chest obtained. Okay, I can start kind of like picking and choosing a little bit more as far as what I want to start to put where, which is going to be good because I would really like that. I mean, like the glass chest would make a lot more sense for setting potions in, just because it is, you know, like the potions come in bottles and bottles are glass and whatever. Anyway, demolitionist is here, which means I can start blowing up stuff. Good. Probably want to go start putting like blocks or something in an area. You know, something where I can sort of differentiate between like building material versus like a building material versus a what am I thinking of? I don't remember. Whatever. Building material versus like a forging material, I suppose. I could also use the iron to go make like new armor or whatever, but we're talking about master mode. Even if I'm getting like 9 damage reduction on every single hit, that one dandelion hit me for over 100 damage. I guess that would be enough to survive one hit, but I say not gonna worry too much about it. Sure did. And I spent 7 minutes making chests. The chests are an important part for my grander plan of the entire game, you understand. Also, give me that, give me all them pots. I need all them pots, man. It looks like if I just dig directly down from here, Yep. Even as I was digging up the grave, I did completely forget about that. I mean, what do you want from me? It's been a while. Not even just what you've seen on screen, but also what you've seen on the... But also there was the point where, I was digging out this entire thing. Oh yeah, I was going to also sell the garden gnome. Like, hey, you want this corpse, right? You sure do. Good stuff. I do also want to get pylons eventually. I don't really want to spend that much money right now, but if I need to. I think really what I probably want to get is you. And then I can just, like, set that down places and use that to store my money instead. Because it's a piggy bank, you see. Piggy bank means you store your money in there. Look, this is some simple... simple economics. And I can carry that with me, but there's also ways you can get kind of like a portable one, too, which I think is going to be important. Maybe what I should do is I should just, like, dig directly down from this part over here instead of trying to mess around with going through that other area. Because then I might be able to find something else new around here, just digging underground. I don't know. Are you a different type of wood? Oh, just palm wood. Okay, well, I mean, palm wood's good. That's a new type of chest to obtain. Oh. Yeah, you can see that there's the mighty wind going on, which means that there's some new enemies appearing. And I don't think they're enemies that give me anything good. So, they just exist to be kind of a pain. Come on, there's still like 3 gold down there. Oh, man, look at this. I'm getting attacked like tumbleweed. It's kind of absurd, considering that it's like this is a desiccated corpse of a plant. I guess daffodils, or not daffodils, dandelions have been one of the most dangerous things I've encountered so far, so who am I really to talk? Somebody that expects more out of the general enemies that I'm encountering, but you can't just expect the world, right? Don't you shoot at me. It's shooting at me. Seems to have a hard time, though, trying to actually, like, line up its shots. Oh, master mode. Enemies deal a lot more damage, they take a lot more damage, and that's about it. That's your difficulty mode. It's unfortunate, but like I said, I like Terraria enough that I'm going to continue to play it. I guess I don't really want to dig down directly from there. But I also don't really want to dig down from here, so whatever. There also appears to be an ice biome around this general area too, which I'm probably going to want to check out and see if I can find anything good in. Every one of the biome types has unique loot and everything like that, so I'm going to want to see what you can find for everything. Now, is he going to remember that there's a pressure plate here? He is! He did! He's learning! Okay. Ooh! Yes, please. Life crystal. That's how you up your health. Unfortunately, I do think that might mean that the first boss can, like, auto-spawn now, which is worrying. Putting down these, what are these, jungle torches? I don't want jungle torches. I want regular torches. Can't see anything with jungle torches. Makes everything way too green. Good. Oh, come on now. Like I said, the start of the game is pretty slow. However, once you get past some of the initial bits here, it should be, yeah, it's still down here too. I think enemies that steal your gold or whatever do not despawn, which is why it, against all odds, is still here. Okay, I should probably find some place to throw down my pig bank. Yeah, mushroom platform, whatever, sure. See you. I see you coming here. Don't think you're gonna try to fool me with your spectral nature. I've encountered this sort of thing more times than you can count. Because I died a lot in the original version of... Well, the original playthrough that I did of Master Mode. You understand. That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyway, give me the iron ore. Boy, I really do need like a new pickaxe at some point in time. This one is pretty slow. Fancy Dan's, I guess, is, well, he might not be impatient, but I am. Yeah, I see that big slime. I don't even know if it can necessarily fit down here. Oh, okay, so I do actually need 2. Oh, boy. So I do actually need, like, 2 areas. It needs to be, like, some sort of platform or table or something that you shove this thing on. That'll work. Auto stack that up. Give me back my stuff. And I think I'm just going to continue exploring around, like, elsewhere. Because I don't necessarily need to be around here. Necessarily. I don't know. I might end up doing that anyway for, you know, just to see if I can find more stuff down there. But as it is, I just wanted to get as many things of mushrooms and some of that extra gold ore and everything. That was really it. Are there any bars that I can make right now? Oh, I suppose not, because I did the whole, you know. Got all the stuff that I need from that. Iron helm. I suppose I should probably see if I can start to make some gold stuff. Could probably use that. Trash can is technically a, well, it's technically a chest. Let's shove it down here. You know what, let's just keep all the chests in order of when I get them. Pretty obvious the sort of stuff that I'm going to be putting in there. Do I have a palm wood chest then, so I can attain one more chest? Let's take a look. I cannot find this thing for the life of me, I swear. Oh, well, I mean, maybe I just can't make one for right now because it's like too many things required or something. Give me that. Water leaf is not super useful. Like, I don't know. I can probably do without a lot of the water leaf that I'm getting right now, but I'll still pick it up anyway, as I'm sure it's probably going to be good for something soon enough. In the meantime, take all that, and I suppose I'll go explore to one area or another. I mean, I've already created... This is supposed to be a world with the Crimson, and I still have yet to find any of that. So it would only make sense if I just went and at least tried to see that for right now. And in the meantime, I don't know. Might just end the episode right here and try to figure out what I'm going to be doing for the next thing. Maybe, like, use up all of my worms for fishing and, like, revamp the house a little bit more. After all, I have a very specific style of housing that I do for videos or streams like this, and didn't really get to see it as of just yet. No? Huh. To be honest, I was kind of hoping for, another chest. There's still that one over in the jungle that I gotta go find too, so that's gonna be an entire thing as well. Might want to grab some of those sunflowers. Increase movement speed. When this is also boreal wood. which is a good-looking wood, I think. There's a lot of different types of trees in the game, and this is one of them. It has unique-looking furniture and everything, too, so I'm going to grab it. I should probably also throw down a few acorns for sustainable foresting. All right. Well, let's see. If I can find like an underground area to go into. There's some stuff I would like to get in Ice Town here. However, if I can't, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, well, the flares are working. The jungle torches are not so much. Oh no, I'm going to lose my luck right now by putting the wrong type of torches in this biome. What a terrible idea. Where they had like where they gave you like negative drop rate chance if you put the wrong type of torches in the area. And here's me where I like shove torches literally everywhere that I possibly can so that I can actually see. They're like, no, no, no. Make sure you do the right kind or we're going to punish you. They changed that up so that it's now just you get a bonus, but you don't get like, it's not a detriment if you use the wrong one. Still, it's like that was one of those things that it's like as soon as I learned about it, I was just like, are you kidding me? Is this real life? Ah. I still want to do a little bit of exploration to one side or the other. It's just, well, as you know, at night, the issues start to arise. I mean, there's certainly a lot of stuff that you can do in Terraria without doing a whole lot of exploration, whether it's like fishing or, you know, farming, doing stuff like with the plants and everything like I was doing there. I don't like these jungle torches. These jungle torches making me mad. Or, you know, just kind of like exploiting some of the natural resources that I got around here in one way or another. Farming up some of these palm trees for the palm wood, and boreal trees for the boreal wood. And then just in general, also just fighting enemies. I did fight quite a few zombies. That's how I got that decent, at least decent for this part of the game, shackle early on. Oh, don't worry. They'll never stop attacking. I know you were worried. It's just like, how can I live if I'm not constantly accosted by eyes all the time at night? Well, you can sleep in beds now, and that does cause time to go much faster, but, like, also, I don't have the ability to make a bed yet. Oh, man. Great stuff. I just want to go to one of the sides of the world. These dang old demonized. I'm demonizing them with my words. I probably shouldn't be putting a whole lot of torches on trees. I mean, not that I'm trying to. It's just, you know, the auto. There we go. It's just the auto thing working like that. But, yeah, because I'm probably planning to cut those down eventually. Okay. Still cannot see, and occasionally for some reason it decides that instead I want to throw a glow stick. The point of glow sticks is that they last underwater. They're a temporary lighting source, but you can use them in liquids. I guess it's because I don't have like man! I don't have a place that I could put them on the ground, which is kind of messing me up there. Man, oh man. Well, you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm just going to wait until I'm gonna figure out some stuff to do here back at the home base, and then I'm gonna start up next episode probably with, you know, exploring the rest of this world and figuring out where I'm going to go from there. Probably a lot more mining. A lot more mining. In fact, I'll probably also start on just like digging a bunch of holes in the ground to find stuff and see how that goes.